Redville, Montana, an isolated town with a dark history, the kind of place where the roads are cracked, the streetlights flicker, and the people don't talk about what happens after dark. It began in the fall of 1987, when Thomas Miller, a 13-year-old boy, disappeared. He was gone for 3 days. Then, just as mysteriously as he had vanished, he returned. But something was wrong. Thomas wouldn't speak. Not a single word. His mother, Karen, and his father, Daniel, took him to doctors, but they found nothing wrong. He wasn't injured, he wasn't sick, he was perfectly fine except for one thing. At night, he whispered. Not to his parents, not to his sister Lucy, to the mirror. Lucy was 2 years younger than Thomas, and they had always been close. Before he disappeared, he was the protective older brother, the one who scared off bullies, the one who taught her how to ride a bike. But the boy who returned wasn't Thomas, not really. I told you their names. Please, let me go. When she asked him who he was talking to, he didn't answer. When she asked him where he had been, his eyes filled with tears, but still he said nothing. Then, other children began disappearing. A girl from their school, Emily Carter, vanished while walking home. 2 days later, Brian Jennings, a boy who lived down the street, was gone too. No signs of struggle, no clues. The town panicked. Parents kept their children indoors. Rumors spread about a kidnapper, a serial killer. Some said even worse. Lucy began to wonder if Thomas knew something, if somehow he was connected to it all. One night she decided to spy on him. She crept to his door and pressed her ear against it. Silence. Then a whisper. No, not her. Please, not her. Lucy's heart pounded. Thomas was awake, and he wasn't alone. She pushed the door open just a crack and peeked inside. Thomas sat cross-legged in front of the mirror. His reflection was wrong. It wasn't copying him. It was smiling, and it was whispering back. She let out a small gasp. The reflection's head snapped toward her, even though Thomas hadn't moved. Then the whispering voice spoke aloud, but it didn't come from Thomas. It came from the mirror. "Hello, Lucy," she screamed. Their parents rushed in. The mirror was just a mirror. Thomas was crying, trembling, whispering, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." The next day, Lucy went to the library. Redville wasn't a big town, but it had an old archive in the back of the library, records of things the town had long forgotten. She searched through newspaper clippings, old police reports, missing person cases, and then she found something. An article from 1874. Town of Redville cursed, dozens of children vanish, locals blame the Whispering Man. It described a tall, shadowy figure seen near the edge of town, always in the dark, always just out of sight, children who claimed to hear a whisper calling their names. The article mentioned a man named Henry Wallace, a reclusive writer who had gone mad trying to understand the disappearances. He left behind a journal filled with cryptic warnings. Lucy's hands shook as she found it. The final entry read, "He takes them. He whispers their names, and they follow. If you hear him, if he speaks your name, run. Don't look. Don't answer, and for the love of God, never say a name in the dark." Lucy felt sick. That night, she locked her bedroom door. But she still heard it. A whisper. Faint, gentle, coming from her mirror. "Lucy, let me in." She squeezed her eyes shut, covered her ears. But the voice grew louder. "Lucy, I know you can hear me." She turned toward the mirror. The reflection was wrong again. It was her, but it wasn't. It smiled, and then, behind her reflection, a tall, shadowy figure stepped into view. She turned around. Nothing. When she looked back at the mirror, the figure was closer. Knock-knock. A sound came from her window. She couldn't move. Outside, in the darkness, something watched her. Then, a whisper, right next to her ear. "I need more names." Lucy ran. She bolted out of her room, into her parents' bedroom, screaming. When they returned, the mirror was shattered. Thomas was gone. The police searched everywhere. He was never found. But sometimes, late at night, Lucy still hears it. a whisper in the dark, calling her name.